100 words per minute. Please be ready. Start. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, it seems to me that the present budget is a poor man's budget. As the government are aware of the capacity of the common man to pay tax, they have come to his help. They tried one or two taxation measures last year and they have found that the introduction of any more taxation measures is not fair. So they have not included any such proposals in the budget. Since the common man is not affected in any way, I call it a poor man's budget. We have been hearing from all honorable members of the House reports about the famine conditions prevailing all over the state. There are complaints that in Tanjavur people have been suffering on account of the cyclone and that sufficient relief has not been given to them. As a matter of fact, there has been distress among the handloom weavers also. In view of this, I am not surprised when it is said that the government are not doing their duty. At the same time, I am glad that some honorable members have said that the government have done their best. But they also say that the government have not done more. If the government have not been able to do anything more to meet the situation, then we have to blame the central government who have not given us necessary grants and loans. On one occasion, we were unanimous in passing a resolution of the problem of handloom weavers. We suggested a method to the central government and they have met us to some extent. In the same way, the famine condition in our state requires that we should be united in making a demand on the central government to grant us subventions. There is no doubt that several relief measures have been adopted and distress has been reduced to some extent. But my own feeling is that people who are influential have been able to get more relief for their own districts than those who come from other districts. In future, at any rate, when famine relief measures are undertaken, I would request that my district must have its due share. Then I come to community projects. They have been started in several areas of the state. In this connection, I would suggest that dry areas like Salem must be selected for starting these projects. It should not be the policy of the government that people who have something should be given more. It is in the minds of the people of Salem district that some amount of hope must be created. Unless the government do that, the per capita income that is sought to be increased by the 5-year plan cannot be increased. We can easily see the difference between a fertile district and a district like Salem. If we allow the present state of affairs to continue, it will be very difficult to make the position equal in the various difficulties. With these words, I conclude letter from the General Trading Company, Lucknow, to Messrs. Hari and Company, Bhopal. Dear sir, with reference to your letter for supply of some goods, we are glad to inform you that the goods you ordered have been sent by passenger train today. In reply to your letter about the delay in sending the goods, we apologize for not fulfilling your order in time. At the time when we acknowledged your letter and promised immediately delivery, we were under the impression that we had the goods in stock. But when we came to pack the goods, we found that they had been already sold out. We tried our best to obtain them from wholesale dealer who is the sole stockist, but we learnt to our regret that he too was out of stock, and we had to wait till he got a fresh consignment from the manufacturer. In the circumstances, we deeply regret that we did not check the stock before promising delivery and did not inform you promptly of our failure to procure goods from the stockist. We take this opportunity to assure you that we have taken steps to avoid such mistakes in future. Yours faithfully,